All right, we got another, you know, I told you guys, I love Pierce. Now, let's take a look at what's going on with Pierce again. I mean, Pierce Morgan has been on fire. And he is not afraid to state the facts, okay? Let me just say that. All right, let's see what's happening here.
I want to play, first of all, this is a little mashup of how Liberals responded as the news became clear last night.
The Fox News decision desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
You know that old saying about how insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result?
I got it totally wrong. I thought Kamala Harris would win, and I believed she would win comfortably. I thought it would be over quite quickly.
You said, I guarantee Donald Trump will never be president again. Yeah, right. You're wrong.
Well, I got wrong. It's competition for sure.
There's still I mean, can you look at this? Look at his face. Look at his face. Yeah, I got it wrong. You know, this one here. I mean, look, he looks like he's ready to just like jump off a bridge. I thought Kamala Harris would win, you know, without, you know, I mean, this man is sitting here actually saying that he thought Kamala Harris would win by any margin. I mean, you couldn't cheat her into this election. Let's be real here.
Comfortably. I thought it would be over quite quickly.
You said, I guarantee Donald Trump will never be president again. Yeah, right. You're wrong.
Well, I got wrong. It's competition for sure.
They're still outstanding. Why isn't Philadelphia counting votes? I want to know what is going on. What the hell is going on right now?
I'm going to cry tears, dude. I'm going to cry the most tears. You're going to own me so hard, dude.
It shouldn't be. First of all, this is Destiny back here yelling. Why are they counting the votes? Why are they counting the votes? Well, Destiny, I don't know. You got blue hair. You're a man. You identify. I don't know what you are. Okay, so nobody really wants to hear anything you have to say about counting votes. All right, seriously. Destiny is like, he's just unfathomable. And this guy here, put it up. I mean, you're wearing pearls. You're wearing pearls. I mean, what are you going to the Mardi Gras in New Orleans? I mean, what are you doing? Everything is so backwards, all right? Just the way these people present themselves. Who can take this seriously?
Own me so hard, dude.
It shouldn't be easier to beat a black woman. Or maybe it should.
He hasn't faced a whole slew of other charges. And yet, with all of that, he is going back to the White House.
It should be easier to beat a black woman. It shouldn't be so easy to beat a black woman. I mean, really? Let's talk about that for a minute. And you're not racist? Oh, no, love, I'm not. Why would I be racist? What does her blackness have to do with it? It has everything to do with it. Can you imagine what this woman just said? It should be easy to beat a black woman. It says it all.
With all of that, he is going back to the White House.
It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
Can you imagine this guy? It's about the people that woke up with a nightmare after they went to bed with a dream. Okay, now please, we don't need to hear you anymore. I hope he gets fired.
It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
Dan, amusing though it will be to a lot of conservatives to watch all those liberal tears and all their dreams dying before our eyes. The challenge for Donald Trump, and I was very encouraged actually.
Right now, Pierce.
But the challenge for Trump, and I was very encouraged actually by his speech. In fact, let me just play a little bit of his speech when he came out last night when he knew he'd won. Then I'll come to you for your response.
It was so normal and humble.
Let me just play the clip, Dan, and then I'll come to you. Hang on a sec.
Built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen any young and old, men and women, rural and urban. They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. A historic realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense.
Wow. You know, talk about well said here. I mean, let's think about this for a second. Donald Trump brought together RFK, Elon Musk, and Tulsi Gabbard, okay? I mean, you got to be kidding me. And he brought loyalists together, Democratic loyalists, like black and Hispanic men. All right, how can any of these people on the left be mad at that? They're always talking about unity and bringing people together, but all they do is divide. How can they be mad at what Donald Trump did? By the way, Darius Coleman, super chat. He says, thank you for the super chat, Darius. This is a good one. Andrew Wilson calls Destiny the cooler German. Oh, Lord. Destiny is definitely a character and a half. All right, let's see what Pierce and the panel has to say about this.
Common sense.
Dan, I thought that was a really good phrase, that the core of common sense, and the realignment, where he cited all these different ethnic groups in America who come together to basically sign up to Trump's worldview.
We need to be very clear about something. The Democrat Party does indeed have an establishment. You are correct about that. Nancy Pelosi orchestrated the downfall of Biden. That establishment orchestrated the insertion of Kamala Harris without any vote whatsoever. That's all true. But you cannot tell me there's an establishment in the Republican Party. There simply isn't. There hasn't been for a very long time. I'll do a quick thought experiment and prove it. Well, I'll do a quick thought experiment and prove it to you. Stop laughing. It's annoying. So here's the thought experiment. I'm running in my primary.
You're it. Look in the mirror.
I can do one of two things. I can can say...
Cenk is such a clown. I'm sorry. He's such a clown. Go get a Big Mac, okay? Like, you need a chicken Whopper right now. That's all I can think about when he talks.
Say, I'm bucking the establishment or I'm for the establishment. Which one is going to get me more votes? Obviously, bucking the establishment gets me more votes. So that negates the existence of any establishment. When 4% of our conference could take down our Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, we don't have an establishment. We don't have that unifying establishment. We never have. Like, what's the address for this establishment? How are they funded? Who are they? Who are these dark, murky people running things and using the little puppet strings to control everybody? It's not true. It's not true. And so the populism is a left-wing ideology that has infected some of the right. And yes, Donald Trump is going to do things that are pro-growth because populist tendencies tend to be anti-growth. They tend to be anti-free market. And that's bad for your children and your children's children. So let's on that real quick. And I forgot what Pierce's question actually was. Oh,
it was really about, I'll tell you what it was, Dan. It was about...
Actually, but first of all, let's talk about that. The deep state, the Democrats, look what they did. He's right. What is he talking about? Establishment. The Republicans, what? I mean, you literally removed Joe Biden and installed Kamala Harris. I mean, hello, the MAGA movement in itself, if you think about it, the whole MAGA movement was created to go against the establishment. We all know about that. We all know that. I mean, how can anybody be blind to that? MAGA is anti-establishment, period. This is why they're so upset. That's why they call Donald Trump Hitler. I digress.
Dan, it's about unity and whether Trump has it in him to unify the country, given how divisive he is.
Yeah, and look,
but notwithstanding how big the win is, he's got a chance.
Well, I'm hopeful on that for a few reasons. One, right? Trump has had this chip on his shoulder for years after the 2020 election. And we all know what that's about. But he's no longer running for re-election, and he had a really clean sweep. That matters a lot to the man's psyche. Another thing, he cares about his legacy. Now he doesn't have to worry about re-election. He cares more than anything else about legacy. And for him, that means America is the best at every metric that you can imagine. So, look, we have 4 years of Trump already. He didn't govern as a fascist. And I'd love to hear what your definition of fascism is. I mean, is it packing the Supreme Court? Is it doing away with the filibuster? So, by the way, are Democrats still in favor of those things? Are Democrats still now in favor of doing away with the filibuster and packing the Supreme Court? I'm just curious. Or are those now not part of the Democrat platform? Because
I mean, that's pretty fascist stuff. All Democrats. And by the way, if Trump was part of the establishment, all right, none of the lawfare that happened to him would have ever existed. It just wouldn't have happened. If he was actually part of the establishment, all these court cases, all of this stuff he's been through, it wouldn't have happened. It's as simple as that. That's common sense. That's common sense, guys.
Those are fascistic tendencies as well, the authoritarian tendencies.
Okay, let me bring Cenk in. I mean, Cenk, look, the problem is, whatever you say this morning, to be honest, and I say this respectfully, is all just going to sound pretty hollow, because the truth is, the Democrats have taken just a gigantic drubbing. I mean, it's on a scale so big, it's humiliating. So almost everything that your side has been saying for the last year has just gone up in smoke. No one was buying into it. But no one was buying into anything Kamala Harris had to say about anything, it looks like. She actually did worse than Biden almost everywhere. I mean, that's quite an achievement. So what do the Democrats do coming out of the wreckage of this?
Yeah. So I don't know how many times I got to tell you this, Piers. I don't like Democratic leadership. I think they are grossly incompetent. I loathe them. Okay, look, they call Donald Trump a maniacal clown, and I agree with that. But they lost to him twice. So
did you hear what he just said? What he say? He's like, look, Pierce, I've told you this over and over again. Okay, I don't eat McDonald's. Okay, I only eat the fries. Okay, it's not really McDonald's. It's just potatoes. I don't eat the Big Macs. People are sending me chicken Whoppers. I don't eat them. I've told you over and over again. How many times I got to say it? Okay, I don't eat the Big Macs. I don't eat chicken. Okay, I only eat the fries. Okay, I've said it over and over.
But they lost to him twice. So what does that make them? Utter losers.
Wow, he is just really... You know what he's doing right now, actually? You know what he's doing right now, TYT? You know what Cenk Uyghur's doing? He's talking to his investors. That's what he's doing right now. He's showing out for his investors. Him and his co-host, Anna. They're like, listen, we're in the center. Okay, call the big pharma. Who are the advertisers? Who's advertising on this? We're in the middle. We're not delusional. We're not woke. I mean, yeah, we said a few things to get some clicks, but we are center. Okay, we are not MSNBC. We are not CNN. We want the money to keep flowing. Now, speaking of money, let's look at the chat. Chris Mike says, establishment is follow the money. It's not anyone in particular. It's the money. Exactly. Follow the money. Follow the money. That's the establishment. For real.